Kirsch and Emyle, 6:11, Monday morning, first day of fall. Sadness.
No, it's happiness.
Sadness for me.
Okay.
I like summer. I was standing on a beach yesterday.
Yeah.
In the sunshine, feeling good. Now it was the beach on Lake Erie, but still it counts as a beach.
You had a great weekend, it looked like, from your social media posts.
Yeah, we went up to Cedar Point on Saturday, and I had a Griswold moment, which was hilarious.
Tell the story.
So, the day before we asked Alexa what time Cedar Point opens, and she was like, Cedar Point opens at 10 a.m. on Saturday. So I was like, okay, cool. Sounds good. So we got there at about 9:15 so we could get through the gates, get parked, get all that kind of stuff and whatever. It opened at 10 for people that were staying at the resorts up there, but no one else. So it opened at 11 for everyone else. So we got to watch everybody staying at the resorts go through the gates and get on their rides and everything else, and we just kind of stood there. But we were first in line.
You peasant.
So it was a total Griswold moment. It was great.
What about the bribery you attempted?
Oh, yeah, the guy that was at the gate who turned us away, he's like, no, if you're not staying at one of the resorts, you can't come in yet. So I said, hey, what if I give you like $20? And he looked at me, he goes, are you serious? I said, yeah, I'll give you $20 if you let us in. And he goes, I can't do that. I was like, I tried.
Should have made it 50 there, Kirsch.
I only had a 20 in my wallet. I never carry cash.
You could have Venmoed him.
Yeah, this guy did not have Venmo. He was 100 years old at least.
At least he thought about it sounds like. So
he did. He thought about it.
Did you see their new roller coaster that opens up next year?
Can't wait to go on that thing. It looks awesome.
Wait to watch you from the ground.
It looks amazing.
It looks terrifying.
It was, yeah. I forget what it's called, like something siren, screaming siren.
Yeah, I would be screaming because you're like tilting on and off the roller coaster track. How is that safe?
They just do it upright up there. I mean, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
what did you do this weekend? Anything good?
I went to a child's birthday party last night, and that was pretty much it.
Those are always fun. I saw you got your skeleton up too, your 60-foot skeleton.
Right. How could I forget that magical moment? My husband finally put my skeleton up, and it looks wonderful. I just got to get the rest of the yard done. But I
adore your lives because August 1st, you're like, that skeleton's going up today.
Yeah.
Went up on September 22nd.
Yes. And I'm very sad. Next year, it'll be like, August 1st for sure. Mark my words.
Yeah, well, I believe that. So, Emily, you said whoever runs New Jersey's official social media account, they went a little off the rails this weekend.
They did. So it's actually going after your home state. I should just make that clear.
Okay, I grew up in Pennsylvania. Can't wait to hear this. It's Kirsch and Emily, New Country, fewer commercials, New Country 103.9. What did they do?
So someone asked the question, if Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, where do you think the saddest place on earth is? And New Jersey's official account responded to it by posting a map of Pennsylvania. Just the map, nothing else. So apparently, I didn't know this. There's like a rivalry, did not know, between New Jersey and Pennsylvania. And
there's a rivalry between New Jersey and Eastern Pennsylvania, like Philly and Scranton and stuff like that. I grew up in Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh people don't acknowledge the fact that Philly is part of Pennsylvania, and Philadelphia people don't acknowledge that Pittsburgh is part of Pennsylvania. Might as well be two different states.
Oh, that's interesting. Had no idea. But apparently, Pennsylvanians have been responding with their own insults, and just here are a few of the best ones. Several people said things like, big talk from people who aren't allowed to pump their own gas. New Jersey is the only state where you have to let an employee do it. What?
Drives me nuts every time I'm there.
Serious?
Drives me crazy. Yeah, you can't pump your own gas. You pull up, and if you get out of your car, I forget every time I'm there. If you get out of your car, they're like, sit back down, sir. Get in your car. We have to pump your gas, and they come out and pump your gas.
I had no idea.
It's annoying.
One person suggested no one wants to live there, saying every time I drive to New Jersey, I cross a bridge that has a toll to get out, but not to get in.
Yep. 100%.
Another told New Jersey residents, you don't have a personality outside of Bruce Springsteen and pork rolls.
Bon Jovi, maybe too.
Oh, is he? Yeah, that makes sense. Here's one. Some guy roped in us and said false, not while Ohio still exists. Don't know how I feel about that one, but
people love to bang on Ohio, and I've never been able to figure it out. Like, people love to bang on Ohio.
But like, why?
I don't know. Like, I really don't. I'm always shocked at how cool of a state Ohio is. Like this past weekend up at Cedar Point, we're out on the beach. We went over to, Port Clinton. We went over to, we did all kinds of stuff. The African Safari Park. And I mean, like, there's so much here, but everybody's like, Ohio. That's what everybody outside of Ohio says. Sense.
But I started thinking, who could we pick a fight with?
Indiana.
Okay.
Indiana, 100%.
I feel like it's their roads, you're going to say.
The roads are terrible. Their drivers are even worse. The Indiana.
Okay, that's your
Have you been to Gary?
Yes. I went to Chicago. I drove there and I stopped in Gary, Indiana for gas. And I know that's everyone's reaction.
Call. Bad call if you stopped in Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, they were selling DVDs that were still in theater at the gas station.
Of course they were.
And then
special over there.
Everyone's like, you couldn't have just waited. And I'm like, no, we had no idea.
Yeah, don't ever go back to Gary. Seriously. It's Kirsch and Emyle, New Country, fewer commercials. New Country 103.9. Kirsch and Emyle, we'd like to start your week out with some good news because there's too dang much bad news out there all the time. So Emily's like, let's bring in some positivity of good things happening in the world. And you've got a whole list of that.
Yeah, I should have added fall is here. So, the founder of the payroll company.
Where's my? Wait, there it is. Fall is here. I had to find my boo.
I appreciate that. The founder of the payroll company Paychex announced he's donating $360 million to charity. It'll go to a variety of nonprofits across New York State.
Sounds like a wonderful thing to do, especially headed towards the end of the year.
Exactly.
So, tax time is a little easier on you next year.
I was trying to, spin it into positives.
Still is very positive. I like it.
A cop near Detroit named Nicole Mirren stopped an out-of-control truck by climbing in through the window of her patrol car. It was only going around 5 miles per hour, so her partner drove alongside it. It turned out the 63-year-old was having some sort of medical episode. Luckily, no one was hurt. Have you seen this video?
Whoa! No, I haven't. So she was in her patrol car and climbed out the window onto the truck that was out of control. That's like out of a movie kind of thing.
Anyone who says Fast and Furious is not real, revert that, show them the story.
100% real.
Yep.
100% real.
Just
Speed was real. You could jump a city bus over an open bridge. That's real.
I've never seen that. I know.
Stop it.
I know.
We found a movie I've seen that you've never seen.
I know, right?
Speed. You know you're going to the sequel if they come out with it. You'll be like, oh, it's so much better than the original that I've never seen.
Atrium Health owns a bunch of hospitals in North Carolina and Georgia and just announced they're forgiving more than 11,000 people's old medical debt. Now, I'm saying that because that's the good news, but NBC did a story on how the company was aggressively pursuing that debt. And it looks like people got publicly shamed the companies, so it worked. That's one of those times it worked.
It says they were even putting liens on people's homes over this medical debt, and so they were. Well, that's good. I mean, that's a much better.
Right. At least they're forgiving it, and I'm glad that
public shaming goes a long way. Apparently,
who could we public shame to get what we want?
Maybe we should skip the public shaming of people to get what we want. That might not be the best idea.
But it is good that people got their medical debt.
It's like, who are Kirsch and Emyle going to rip today to try to get something free? That would be an interesting bit. It is time for Emily's EndZone Recap. Emyle, who admittedly knows nothing about football, likes to recap what happened in football over the weekend based off what she sees on social media and people posting. Emyle, catch us up on the weekend of football.
So 2 important games. The first one is Ohio State versus Marshall, right?
Yep.
Okay, but first off, I was stuck on this question way longer than I should have been. Why are the players wearing crop tops?
Because it was 90-some degrees. It's probably 110 in the shoe.
That's true. Okay. So now to the recap. Marshall tried really hard and even got some points. I'm not entirely sure what their strategy was, but it seemed like they kept giving the ball back to Ohio State, which felt very polite. No, you take it. We insist.
That's very true.
Apparently, this is the most third down success Ohio State has allowed since some team in Maryland managed to do something similar last year. I don't know. Seems stressful to remember all of those stats. I'm also told that Jim Knowles, the defensive coordinator, is supposed to fix this, which is good because the Buckeyes seem a little too friendly when it comes to letting other teams stick around on the field. That's my assumption. The final score was a lot to a little. The Bucks won, obviously.
There you go. And that's all from socials,
Yes.
what you saw. Okay. All right.
All right. And
That's pretty accurate, actually.
this one, I tried really hard. This one is the Browns versus the Giants. And I learned a lot from this Browns-Giants game. Let me tell you about it.
Okay,
So-
what happened to Browns versus Giants?
I guess that the Browns lost to the second worst team in the NFL. So that means I'm assuming the Browns are the number one worst team, which means that's like a win to me if you spin it that way. I don't know. It's all about positivity.
They're number one. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
I saw one.
Everybody was really mad about this game.
I saw one post that said that someone wished Deshaun Watson ends up in federal prison, which seems kind of harsh, but I also don't think he's a good person, so maybe it's not. I don't know. Then apparently they loathe the Cleveland Browns, but I swear last week they loved them because they won. Am I crazy?
No.
Oh, I learned more. Don't worry. I learned that apparently Baker Mayfield becoming better than Deshaun Watson is only something that would happen to the Cleveland Browns.
It is.
I also am confused why everyone is so upset because the score that I Googled said 21-15. So like points happened.
Right. Points happen.
And people are tired of the Browns, but also regardless, you're still going to root for them because they're your team and you just don't give up on your team because teamwork makes the dream work. Right, Kirsch?
It does.
So
It does.
That's my recap. Did I do it? Did I recap?
You know what? Both of those were pretty accurate, to be honest. Yeah, you know what? The people of Facebook, so she's taking Facebook statuses that people post and putting together a football recap based off how excited or mad people are. And you know what? Those were right on. Those were spot on.
And it's all in my understanding of the sport.
Steelers are 3-0. That's all I'm worried about. They're doing well this season. So there you go. Very, very nice, Emily. That was spot on. Last weck you talked about them throwing yellow napkins on the field, and you couldn't figure that one out. So you've come a long way.
Still a thing. I still have questions.
Emily's going to have this for you every Monday morning. Emyles EndZone Recap, and I'm shocked at how great that actually was. Thank you, Kirsch and Emyle, on the first day of fall. You're so happy.
Love it. It's finally here, as it's going to feel 90 degrees or something.
You especially love fall.
Especially, I do love fall.
I was rip on Emily because she always says especially, and I'm like, especially, not especially.
Especially.
Do you say espresso too?
Espresso.
There are a lot of people who say espresso.
Well, I don't really use that word a lot because I don't drink those. So.
Oh, that's true. That's true. What are some of the words that drive you crazy when you hear people say them wrong?
Granite. They say granite, kind of, though. In my head, it's spelled like granite.
Who has ever said granite? Like granite countertops?
Yeah. Yes.
I've never heard that one. Thank God. I'd probably be like, what is wrong with you?
Yes. I really I don't know why that one really bothers me, but how
it would bother me too. You want to know mine?
Yes.
It drives me crazy when people say seen instead of saw. Like, I seen him. I hear that one so often.
Yes. Oh, that drives me crazy. I'm like, can I correct you without being rude? But I'm going to be rude because that's not how you say it.
I've seen a new movie this weekend like that. It
you're
just
making
drives
me cringe.
It's like, I went to Cedar Point this weekend. Somebody's like, I seen you went to Cedar Point this weekend. No, it's saw.
It's like, what makes them think that way?
I don't know.
I don't understand it because it drives me insane.
You know what really goes along with it really well?
What?
There is, I don't know if you realize this or not, but there is a Columbus accent that I think hits if you're from Hilliard Grove City or south of Columbus.
Okay. Let me have it.
Where people, instead of him, say the word eem. I seen him.
Do they really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It cracks me up. Oh, I seen him. Have you talked to him?
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah, you're hearing it now that I'm saying it, right?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, well, Bob, I've never met him.
So do I just drive you crazy every time?
You don't say that, actually.
No, but I'm saying, whenever I say especially, do I just drive you crazy?
Right. It does.
Okay.
Be like, especially him. I seen him. Especially that one drives me so. I don't know why the scene thing drives me crazy.
Know what our listeners.
What are the ones that drive you nuts? We want to know. Text us 991039. We'll share some of those coming up, and maybe we can correct grammar around Central Ohio. Thank you for the text this morning. You can always text us at 991039. Let us know if you want to chime in, and we'll share what you have to say on air. And we were just talking about the whole scene thing that drives me nuts. When people say, I seen him, or I seen that movie.
I seen it.
It's either I saw or I've seen, not I seen.
Correct. And
so people texted us a couple that drive them crazy when people say them. And we're going to share these and try to make the world a better place by sharing correct pronunciations of things. What are some of the ones we got here, Emily?
Irregardless. Am I saying it right?
Oh my God.
Right?
That one drives me crazy. Irregardless.
Now I'm questioning myself.
Do you say, no, don't tell me you say irregardless. Stop.
Irregardless. Oh my gosh. See, now I'm sitting here questioning.
It's regardless.
Oh, yeah. No, duh. No, I don't say irregardless. I'm like, wait, what? It looks right. No, I say regardless. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm like, wait.
Okay.
That's why I was
Stop
confused.
saying irregardless if you say that. It drives people. Here's one. Brittany said this. She said, instead of downstairs, when people say downstairs. I've heard that. Like, I never really thought about it before.
She also said breakfast, right?
Breakfast instead of breakfast. We got. Here's one that drives me nuts.
Okay, what is it?
Supposedly.
Yes.
Supposedly. It's supposedly, not supposedly.
Oh, this is fantastic.
We got frustrated.
Oh my goodness.
I'm super frustrated. No, it's frustrated.
I don't think I've heard that one.
Oh, I've heard frustrated. Okay, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not ice cream. It's kind of like ice cream. It usually comes in like lime or raspberry or rainbow.
Sherbet.
What did you just?
I've heard sherbet, but it's sherbet, right?
No.
What is it?
It is sherbet.
Sherbet. Yeah. I don't know.
You just said sherbet.
Yeah, I'm like sherbet. I've heard that.
No, it's not sherbet. It's sherbet.
I don't eat ice cream, so I never say that word.
Do you know what somebody? I don't know if they listened, but they said especially.
Yep. I'm just saying. Now I'm well aware in my head about it.
I've messed you up
pointing out my flaws left and right.
What
daily.
did you say, sherbet?
I've heard sherbet. Have you not heard that before? I've never said that.
Because I don't live in France.
I've literally heard that so many times, and I was like, oh, you fancy.
Mais oui, sherbet. Like, what in the world? Who says that? Okay, the last one on here. Somebody said escape.
Like in an escape room.
Yes.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Escape.
If that was a band.
Sherbet. Sure. Say it the right way. It's not sherbet and it's not sherbet. It is.
I don't really actually remember how you said it because I'm going to call it sherbet.
Stop. It's sherbet.
Sherbet. Okay. Yeah, I'm never going to remember that. I'll keep messing you up.
Sherbet. Just look at the way it's spelled and say the words that are. Oh my gosh, my head is hurting right now. So Emily, are there certain celebrities that inspired you to want to talk about this? You said, is it weird that it affects you if you find out a celebrity or a musician is not a good person? So what brought this on?
Okay, so actually Ellen did, because her new comedy special comes out this week on Netflix. And I have always heard she is not a nice person. And it drove me crazy that she always acted like she was, right?
It's crazy because Ellen, for the longest time, was very much like everybody just loved her and thought she was great. She's energetic and charismatic and funny and all of that kind of stuff. Then it came out that like people hated working for her and she was a terrible person.
Yes. And I'm like, oh, I've always heard that. Don't ask me where I've always heard that. But like, I think it was just, I'm very big on, if you don't treat producers right, that's not okay with me, or like people on your staff drives me crazy because like your show wouldn't succeed without them. And so I could never watch Ellen. It affects me.
Here's what I think about when I see that kind of stuff. Like the internet, unfortunately, is dangerous, right? Because if you can find a bunch of people, there might be 5 people who had a bad experience with Ellen.
I understand.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
And the problem is now those 5 people find each other and they pile on, and all of a sudden their story gets sensationalized and everything else. So maybe she is a terrible person. Maybe she's not. I don't know.
I think a lot of people, though, on her staff came out and said that she was not
Yeah,
very
I think
nice.
they did.
So,
I think they did.
it's seriously, I'm one of those people that affects me. I can't watch their stuff anymore.
What's the, it doesn't affect me so much. I'm just like, oh, that's kind of a bummer to find out. Like Chevy Chase is a good example.
Okay, yeah. No, he's not a nice person.
He is
I've
not
never heard
ever,
one good thing about him.
never. No, nobody's ever been like, oh, he's such a good dude.
And I
Everybody's
actually
like,
can't
he
watch
is
his
awful.
movies because of that. Isn't that crazy?
He's hilarious,
Is he?
but yes, he's hilarious.
Okay. You know what? I told my husband, I said, I think Beverly D'Angelo is the only person he might get along with.
She may be. Does she still
Honestly.
live here in Columbus? She's from Columbus.
I don't know. I think she still has ties.
I ran into her in a car
I thought you were
dealership
gonna
years
say
ago.
Kroger.
No, not the Lewis Center Kroger. I ran into everybody else there, but I ran into her in a car dealership years ago. And I was like, Beverly D'Angelo's here buying a car. She was here in Columbus buying a car.
Is she just as pretty in person?
Yeah, she is.
I like
She
that.
definitely is.
But yes,
What do people think about us?
I would hope they say I'm nice. I don't know about you so much, but
I'll
I'm
have to
just
talk to
kidding.
our producers and see what they have to say.
All of them, right? All of them on the staff.
Our producers, otherwise known as Kirsch and Emily.
Yes.
We run the whole thing by ourselves. We're kind of low budget over here. Both of us have agreed that we disagree with
Yes.
this story. And just go ahead and read this. This is
Okay.
about Columbus and where we landed on this list of the best fall destinations in America.
So earlier this year, Columbus was nominated alongside 19 other destinations, with USA Today readers voting for the final top 10. Okay,
Yep.
And Columbus finished as the country's 8th best fall destination. So I don't agree with that, because I'm going to read this. Okay, it says, quote, there are so many reasons to take a fall trip to Columbus. At the massive Ohio Expo Center, each and every fall, Columbus Oktoberfest celebrates the city's deep German roots. Pumpkin patches and apple orchards abound in the area, offering plenty of opportunities to enjoy autumnal? I've never seen that word.
Autumnal.
I've never seen that. I've just seen
Like
autumn
the autumnal
activities.
equinox.
Oh,
That happened today,
I
the
just
beginning of
call it
fall.
autumn activities.
The autumnal equinox, autumnal activities.
And visitors shouldn't miss the gorgeous scenery and changing leaves at Schiller Park. So,
Okay, hold on. Let's look here. Okay, Oktoberfest, I love.
yes.
Right? It's awesome, and there's great German heritage in Columbus, but that has nothing to do with fall.
Exactly.
I love Schmitz. I love the German village.
Yes.
I love my family's all German and everything else. It's like my heritage. I get into it, right? Pumpkin patches and apple orchards, sure,
You don't.
but the
those-
scenery and changing leaves at Schiller
I
Park.
know.
Schiller Park's beautiful, but Columbus came out ahead of like Cody, Wyoming.
Yes.
Which
And
is just trees and mountains and beautiful. And
I
don't know.
also disagree because Hocking Hills. Is,
Well, that's not Columbus.
no, but I'm
That's
saying it's
Logan.
no, but that's so much in my mind prettier for fall
Oh yeah.
than Columbus is. And I don't think of pumpkin patches and apple orchards in Columbus because I think the surrounding areas of Columbus.
Right.
So that's why I disagree.
Like I don't see a whole lot of apple orchards and pumpkin patches in Linden. Like they're just not there. You have to go out in the suburbs. So Columbus.
Exactly.
Look, there's a lot of great fall stuff to do.
Yes.
We both love Columbus, but I'm shocked that we came in as the country's 8th
Yes.
best fall destination.
Especially over so many others that come to mind.
I know, right? Oh,
But
there
maybe
you go.
people disagree with us. I don't know.
Kirsch and Emily, New Country, fewer commercials, New Country 103.9. It is the first day of fall. Emily's, I don't know, it just smells like pumpkin spice in here. I don't know what you did.
I'm never going to tell because I don't want to get in
Okay.
trouble.
It smells great. I don't know what you're doing over there,
should
but
smell like this
I
year
do
round.
No, it shouldn't. It would not smell right if it was, 96 and sunny and humid outside
I
and,
mean,
and
isn't
pumpkin-y.
that today's weather forecast?
It pretty much is. Okay, so reality TV, we have to talk about this because do you think reality TV has officially gone too far?
As a reality TV expert, no, I do not.
Oh, no.
Because
Okay, what brought this on?
I saw this article about reality TV, so obviously I was drawn to it. And someone asked if it's gone too far, and a new survey said 57% of people think yes, especially Look at me learning.
Hold on. There you go.
There was a recent controversial episode of The Bachelorette. I guess that someone was forced to rewatch her engagement breakup on live TV, and fans reacted and questioning ethics. Okay, I get that, but you're also signing up for reality TV.
You're signing up for reality TV. Let me ask you this: as a reality TV aficionado,
yes,
how real do you think reality TV really is?
I think it's real to a point. Actually, I've listened to a lot of podcasts from reality TV stars that have said it's real, except sometimes that producers will make you refilm something, which that bothers me because it's like, what if I'm in the moment? That's what happens.
Let me tell you something. So years ago, there was a show. It was called One Born Every Minute, and it was filmed at Riverside Hospital. And it followed couples from the time they showed up at the hospital to give birth to the time they left with their brand new baby. Mrs. Kirsch and I were on that show.
IMDb, it didn't happen.
You can watch it. I know. I'll send you. You've seen it. You've seen our episode. That in
whenever I can.
We were featured on that show, and it was, reality TV for the lack of a better term. But here's what happened. Before the girls were born, they had us record all this stuff. And they said, we're going to edit this in after the fact, and we need you to talk to us like you have your new baby. Say what you think you'd say. Act like you think you'd act. And I'm like, I don't know. Well, it's just for TV, that sort of thing. And they would seriously do things during the filming of it, during the birth of our twins, where they're like, hey, can you say this a little differently because it'll be a little more dramatic? Or can you go back and do this? I'm like, no, I'm just trying to be a dad in a delivery room.
Right. And that I understand. I was going to say the main issues I have with reality TV is when the producers don't step in when it gets violent or something.
Well, they definitely need to do that.
Yes, but that's really my only issue. But I guess I could see that, so maybe that's my new issue too. Either way,
reality TV isn't reality.
I'm still going to be an expert.
Who knew?